Hey Meno Warriors, welcome back to my channel. It's Kate and I welcome you on this fine Monday. Today we're going to be talking about skin and the menopause. From me, you can expect weekly videos every Monday to share all the things menopause and to serve you where you are in your life. So today I'm talking about maintaining what we have, maybe improving what we have, and reducing the southward droop. If it's the first time you've come across me, I help instill belief in you that you can be happier, you can be more energized than you were in your premenopause years. And simply by following a strategy that I've been following for a wee while now, which is working. It's all natural and it's entirely turned my life around. You can also find me on Instagram, Kate Hartley UK, and I'd be glad to welcome you over there too. So let's get started. So today I'm talking about skin. Really, I suppose we all want beautiful skin. We all want luscious, smooth, baby soft, derma, whatever it's called. And integuum, actually, I think that's what it's known as, integuum, if I remember correctly. And as we get into the menopause, our elasticity drops, so does our collagen drop, our wrinkles get deeper. I can't remember. Once I found something on the top of my lip and I thought, it's a long hair. And then I thought, oh my God, that's terrible. I'm growing a hairy lip. And then I realized it was a wrinkle, which I couldn't obviously pluck out. And I was thinking, well, I don't actually know what's worse, to have the long hair or the wrinkle. Perhaps the long hair, because I could have plucked that one out. The wrinkle's there to stay. So it's one of those times of our life where things happen really fast. And I think if our skin is really suffering, it really can knock our confidence, because obviously this is us, and your hair might be getting more patchy, it might be getting thinner. Obviously things are starting to move southwards, and yeah, it can be really frustrating. It can be, well, what the heck shall I do? And you might be finding that what used to work no longer works. As we get into the menopause and beyond, we have to be more gentle with our skin. Skin products also have a lot of nasties in them, so you need to be aware of what you're putting on your skin. I mean, it's estimated that in the first 5 years after menopause, we can lose up to 30% of the collagen in our skin. So along with everything else that we have to contend with. So in this video, I'm going to go over how we can look after our skin. I'm a great believer in feeding from the inside out. Obviously, there are topical things we can do, and our skin does absorb various ingredients and chemicals, which is why we need to be incredibly careful about what we're putting on our skin. But I'm going to be talking about inside out and outside in. So firstly, why does our skin suffer? Really, again, it's down to our falling female sex hormones. You might be one of those people who has is getting breakouts like you did through puberty. You might be getting breakouts, and that is really due to testosterone. So although our testosterone levels are also falling, they're falling less quickly than our estrogen and progesterone. So we have male dominant sex hormones, and that can lead to breakouts. It can lead to acne on your back. It can lead to male pattern baldness. So you might be losing hair at the top, or you might be thinning here, or you might be actually getting a hairy back. You might be getting more facial hair. And again, that is due to the testosterone. So things will balance out. But of course, if you're getting serious problems, I definitely recommend you go to your doctor, because there's nothing worse than, you know, when this bit isn't working properly. So firstly, cellular protection. What can we actually do to protect ourselves from the outside in? Be aware of excessive sun exposure. Personally, I do not use a UV factor protector on my face, but then I don't lie out in the sun for a long period of time either. I think a lot of us don't get enough ultraviolet, and I know this will be controversial, but I think for those of us, a lot of us don't get enough ultraviolet. And if you're not in the sun lying down, sunbathing, or, you know, out in the sun for a long period of time, I think for a short period of times, you're safe to have no sun protection factor. I know that is controversial. You've probably got an alternative opinion on that. But for me personally, I don't use sun protection factor. If I was going to be sunbathing, I would. I would also be very choosy about the sun protection that I use, because a lot of those have chemicals in them. So I would really recommend you Google, have a look on the Environmental Working Group website. They have all the lists of the creams and the potions that are relatively safe, and the ones that you shouldn't be using. So if you've got like a skincare regime, you can pop across that website, the EWG, the Environmental Working Group, and it will give you a list of it'll rate the products to show you how potentially toxic they are and how good or non-toxic they are for your skin. So I would highly recommend you get over there and start to use things that are going to be more gentle on your skin. I wouldn't suddenly go throwing out all your creams and potions and perfumes and makeup and stuff, but if you're getting reactions, do consider, you know, replacing with more gentle stuff. Exfoliating, again, is something you should be doing very gently, maybe just once a week. Again, there are people that will say don't exfoliate during the menopause. I like to exfoliate once a week. I think it's quite a gentle exfoliant. It's an oil-based exfoliant, so it's not stripping oils out. It's a combination of shea butter, coconut oil, coffee granules, very, very thin, finely ground coffee granules. Anything else in that? I think, and maybe honey. So honey's antibacterial, honey's soothing, or a little bit of aloe vera gel too. So it's a safe exfoliant, and because it's oil based, it's sort of I use it, and my skin feels so lovely and soft afterwards. So again, I think you have to see what individually fits you, but don't go for the harsh chemical peels that your skin may have been able to cope with in you know, previous years. Now, stress can make our skin react badly. Stress is a bad thing on every level, but it really shows up in our skin. Essentially, having beautiful skin and having beautiful hair and nails is not necessary for our survival. So as we go through the menopause, you know, our body is using up the good things that we're eating and drinking to optimize our health and maintain our health. When you think, yeah, our bones are weakening, our muscles will start to atrophy if we don't use them. If we're under quite a lot of stress, plus with the hormonal changes create stress, plus falling estrogen raises our stress levels, or our cortisol levels, which is one of our stress hormones. So, you know, you have to be, we really do need to be nurturing ourselves and supporting ourselves through the menopause, rather than just assuming we're going to manage it okay. You do need to make changes in order to get through the menopause healthily and successfully, and enjoy it. I really do feel personally, I've enjoyed my process through the menopause. Yes, I wish I could look like the age of a 20-year-old for the rest of my life, but that's not going to happen. But I feel, you know, at the age of 51, it's not too bad. And when you take steps to look after yourself, it puts you in the driving seat. I think there's something quite empowering about that too. So, you know, if you're having breakouts, if you've got itchy skin, if you've got rashes, you might find that even cashmere that you used to be able to wear, you can't wear any longer, because your skin has become more sensitive. Just be really, really cognizant of what you're putting on your skin. Falling estrogen can make our skin thinner as well. So as well as our falling estrogen and our falling elastin, which contributes to the wrinkles, our skin gets thinner too. Excuse me. And the increased stress that we have in our lives around this period of time also really knocks 7 bells out of our liver. Now, our liver is one of the fastest regenerating organs of the body. However, it's not a superhero, and we really do need to look after it. It's a very rugged organ. It does take a big beating on a daily level, on a daily basis. So we really need to protect our liver, and actually a lot of liver related problems show up in the skin before they show up as a liver problem per se, in like a blood test or something like that. So firstly, if your liver's stressed, you might notice fatigue. You'll definitely start to notice changes in your skin. You're probably aware of jaundice. I was actually born with jaundice, but that's very common in babies. It's when the red blood cells break down and they can turn into a compound which makes you look yellow. And in severe cases, you can look brown. It can make the whites of your eyes turn yellow. That's typically a sign that the liver or the gallbladder is not working correctly. So if you're finding you're going more yellow, pop down to your doctor and just get your liver function checked. Another one is having bright red palms of your hands, or soles of your feet, and also you can get like it's like a red, it almost shows up as like a red necklace. That is sign of liver problem. So again, get down to your healthcare provider, get your liver function checked. You'll notice with a lot of alcoholic people or people who struggle with alcohol, they can have a red, often in men actually, I think you see it in men more than women, but a red swollen nose. Again, that's a sign of a fatigued liver. Red cheeks, bright red cheeks. I don't mean like healthy rosy cheeks, I mean really bright red cheeks, again, are an issue that your liver might be having a bit of a problem. Can also be an adrenal problem and a gut related problem. White and yellow blobs around your eyelids, actually on your eyelids, of deposits of cholesterol, and that's often signifies that you've got high levels of LDL, so the not healthy cholesterol, and not so high levels of the HDL, which is a higher, the better quality, you know, the healthy cholesterol. It also suggests that you're eating way too many carbs, that you're probably insulin resistant, you might well be overweight, you might be sort of veering towards diabetes too if you're not already diabetic. So if that's the case, pull back on your carbs, make sure you're eating lots of vegetables. Vegetables are also carbs. I mean carbs as in white sugar, processed foods, the white bread, white rice, white pasta. We tend to eat way more of that than we need to. So back off significantly on the carbs if that's what's happening. Now you might say, yeah, I've got liver spots. Does that mean my liver's not functioning properly? No, that can be a lack of vitamin C. That's why a lot of face creams contain vitamin C to help reduce the appearance of liver spots. But a high carb diet or high levels of sugar can block vitamin C take up. So just be aware of that. Dandruff on your head is generally, it's kind of fungal thing, but it's also a symptom of a liver that's not working ever so well. Ascites, which is a fluid-filled sac around the belly, that is, you're unlikely to have that, but if you have that, again, is sign of a liver that's under a lot of stress. So go and get that checked. If you're suddenly getting like a water-filled sac around your belly, get down to your healthcare provider, get that checked out. Also, a flattened face. You might suddenly be thinking, my God, I look like I've been, you know, it's sort of like, oh, drooping down and gone completely flat. That can be related to liver issues as well. It means that you're losing certain amounts of protein where your skin just falls flat on your face. Yeah, it's sort of facial dystrophy. So there are various, so I'm going to talk about the foods that we can eat to support our liver, which is naturally going to support our skin, but also go into foods and things that we can do to actually improve our skin in general as well. Radishes. So radishes are one of the best things that you can eat to keep your liver healthy. It's part of the cruciferous family. They contain enzymes which are incredibly beneficial for us. You might not like radishes. If you don't, just eat them. Hold your nose and gobble one. They're really, really good for you, particularly if you're struggling with your liver. You can cook radishes, actually. If you bake radishes, it takes away their fieriness and they become quite sweet. If you imagine garlic, raw, is very bitter and very strong when you taste it for ages. Well, garlic, when it's cooked slowly, can become very, very sweet. It's the same with radishes. If you struggle to eat radishes raw, bake them slowly and you'll find they're much more palatable. Lemons are also really, really good for us. When you wake up in the morning, make sure you have a pint of warm water with either the juice of half a lemon in it or the juice of apple cider, or put I don't know, half a tablespoon of raw apple cider vinegar in it. Again, apple cider vinegar is very good for the liver. But just doing that is going to stimulate your metabolism. It's going to help flush you through from the night before. Remember, if you've been in bed, even if it's just 5 hours, you're still going to be dehydrated. As soon as you start to feel thirsty, it's a sign that you're already dehydrated. So you want to make sure that when you wake up, have a large glass of warm water and either stick the juice of half a lemon in it or a good tablespoon of raw apple cider vinegar. Rocket or arugula, how do you say it in the States? I think arugula is the same as rocket over here in the UK. That is one of the best green salad things that you can eat to support your liver, so make sure you eat plenty of that. I love rocket. Cruciferous vegetables, as always, are highly superior vegetables for the liver. Garlic is very beneficial for the liver. Mustard's great for the liver. It contains turmeric, apple cider vinegar normally, paprika. What else does turmeric, apple cider, mustard seeds and paprika? I think that's the ones I've said anyway, and probably some kind of oil, but mustard's really, really good for our liver. Dandelion greens they're quite bitter, but you can cook with dandelion greens. I think a lot of people think dandelion greens are poisonous. They're not. The dandelions that grow in your garden, pick the greens, pick the leaves off and rinse them, and you can eat them. And eggs also, they are loaded, egg yolks particularly loaded with lecithin, and that's the antidote to cholesterol. They're ever so good for our liver. So we've sort of discussed the liver and how that affects the skin. We've discussed skin sensitivity to a degree. Check out the environmental working group for shampoos, conditioners, face creams, moisturizers, body lotions, etc., which are going to be beneficial for you and not aggravate the skin. The chemicals in a lot of these products are hormone disruptors. So they're not only not ever so good for us, they're actually disrupting our hormones. Deodorant also is another one. Spray on deodorants. I don't know, I don't use a deodorant. I don't smell either, actually, funnily enough. I use a Himalayan rock salt. It's like shaped in a big love heart. And I have been using that love heart Himalayan rock salt now for probably about 10 years. It doesn't go off. You hardly use any. It lasts for ages. And after I've had a shower, I don't dry under my arms, so they're damp by the time I've come out of the shower, and I literally just rub it on underneath my arms. That's it. That's all I ever use. It's completely safe. When we put chemicals under our armpits, you are, well, I don't know. There are a lot of studies saying that you increase your risk of breast cancer because of the chemicals that are in deodorants. So consider going completely natural and just using rock salt. If you find that you're getting a bit pongy by the end of the day, just wash your armpits and put it on again, the salt on again, because it's only the bacteria that's on the sweat that is causing us to get smelly. So it might take you, if you're going to use the Himalayan rock salt, I would use it for a good 6 weeks to allow your body to get used to not having deodorant on it. Because I think it can take a little time to regulate, but I'm pretty sure you'll find, particularly if you're not a very sweaty person. I'm not a very sweaty person, but I find it works really, really well. So if you know, I would, for the sake of however much they don't cost a lot, I would give them a try. So right, what am I going to talk about next? So diet, as always, is incredibly important. I've already talked about cruciferous vegetables. Eggs are they've had a really bad rap. Eggs are so good for us. They're high in protein. We need more protein as we go through the menopause. It's a really healthy source of protein. If you're vegan, I would make sure you're having plenty of nutritional yeast. I'm addicted to that stuff. I literally eat it by the spoonful, except for it does get stuck all around my mouth, but I love it. I cannot get enough of it. It's one of my healthy snacks for the afternoon. I often have 2 dates because they're high in boron, which is great for our menopause, and also other stuff, but they're brilliant for menopause snacks. And a few spoonfuls of the nutritional yeast. It's just like delicious. So if you're vegan, make sure you're getting plenty of nutritional yeast. You'll also want to make sure that you're eating plenty of fresh fruits, fresh vegetables, ideally cruciferous vegetables and radishes, nuts and seeds, healthy fats, avocado, cook with coconut oil and or butter. Be aware of the flash points of oils. Different oil. In fact, I've created this in one of my groups a while back. I have got a little guide on healthy oils to use. If you want that, message me. Go onto Instagram at Kate Hartley UK and send me a message and say, you mentioned the healthy oils guide, can you please send it to me, and I'll send it to you. That is really, really it sort of goes into wine. It's a bit more interesting, but essentially you want coconut oil. Olive oil is great on salads and cooking it not a high heat, but it doesn't have a very high flash point, so it turns rancid when you cook it at a high heat. So it's not the best all-rounder. It's great for your skin, great for your hair, but not necessarily for cooking at high heats with. Avocado oil is very good. Hemp oil, if you're vegan, is very good oil for you. Probiotics, live yogurt, unsweetened live yogurt. You don't want them flavored, you don't want them sweetened. Check. People say to me, yeah, but I eat loads of yogurts. Just like, have you seen the sugar content of your yogurts? Because if it's flavored, the chances are it's got really high sugar content, and that's really, really bad for you. So make sure that you're eating natural Greek yogurt. If you want to put some flavor with it, just add fruits to it once you've opened your packet, but don't buy the sweetened flavored yogurts. Beware that drinking coffee and tea and alcohol will also dehydrate you. So people say to me, yeah, but I drink like 8 cups of coffee a day. Apart from the fact it's got loads of caffeine in it, and caffeine by itself is not bad. Caffeine in small amounts is actually good for us. 8 cups of coffee is not good, but it dehydrates you. Yes, it's made with water, but the caffeine dehydrates you. So and they're acidic. The tea, coffee, alcohol, it's all acidic. We want our bodies to not be battling that acidity. People say if you eat an alkaline diet, it makes you more alkaline. It's not exactly true. Our bodies will always find balance. If we're eating a lot of foods that are rich, alkaline, strong foods, so the fresh fruits, the fresh vegetables, our body doesn't have to work so hard to find the balance between the acidic and the alkaline foods. So that's why we want to try and cut down on the acidic producing foods and eat plenty of alkaline foods. Also, so keep drinking plenty of water. Make sure that you're sleeping well. Sleep is so important for all of our hormones, for our regulation, for our brain health, for our muscle health, for our cellular regeneration, to help prevent eye bags. Sleep is, funnily enough, sleep something I've been prioritizing a lot for the last 3 months. And it's taken me, in my fit club, every day we rate ourselves out of 5 for our food, our workout, water intake, sleep. And for the last sort of 2.5 to 3 months, I've been rating myself either a 4 out of 5 or a 5 out of 5. I have never done that for years and years and years and years and years, just because I've taken a few extra steps to prioritize my sleep. That doesn't mean say every night I'm going to bed really early. It just means the quality of my sleep has improved massively. I will drop a link below. If you want to get my healthy sleeping guide, just click that link. And yeah, it's made a massive difference. Sleep is the cornerstone to good health. You have to make sure you are prioritizing your sleep. And like I say, it doesn't mean necessarily hours and hours in bed. It means quality sleep. And there are things that you can do to make the changes. Even if you're having hot flushes, there are things you can do which are going to reduce your hot flushes sufficiently that you can get a good night's sleep. A mineral that's really important for your skin is zinc. If you're having rashes and cuts which aren't healing particularly well, it's an indication that you might be low in zinc. A lot of vitamin C supplements also come with zinc. So have a look. If you don't need zinc, don't take zinc. You don't need zinc. You don't want to overdose on zinc because it increases the oxidative stress within our body. Essentially, your cells rust faster. But if you are low in zinc, it's something that you do need to have attended. So don't necessarily go and get vitamin C with zinc in it or zinc supplements unless you know that you actually need zinc. And I've talked really about healthy fats. They are integral to brain health, nervous system health, skin health. I make sure I have a range of healthy fats that I eat every day. Every evening, well, as start of the morning, I have, on my breakfast, I either have a poached egg on toast, homemade bread and home-laid egg, so it's healthy, with grass-fed butter, so it's really healthy. Or I have oats with low sugar granola, with sesame seeds, chia seeds, there's another one, sunflower seeds, and a sprinkle of my superfoods that I have every day, which have got like a range of adaptogen herbs and digestive enzymes, so they're really good for my gut health and my brain health and my stress hormones and menopausal hormones. And I have that with oat milk, and a big blob of Greek yogurt and fresh blueberries, and sometimes fresh strawberries or fresh raspberries as well, maybe half a banana too. It's quite a large breakfast, but then that's what I have at about 11 o'clock, and that takes me through to about 2:30, 3 o'clock when I've emptied it now, but that's my superfood shake. I have that every day. It's not a huge, highly caloric thing, but it's got high in fiber, and I normally put some frozen cauliflower and frozen berries in it as well, and I have that as my sort of 2:30 to 3 o'clock drink or meal. And then I have a handful of nuts, or a couple of handfuls of nuts in the evening before I have my meal. Healthy snacks in the afternoon. I make protein balls. They're up on my Instagram recipes highlight, and those are just, you can bung anything in them. I use dates to make them sticky, coconut oil, chia seeds, hemp seeds, flax seeds, sesame seeds, sunflower seeds, cacao nibs, fresh blueberries. You can pretty much stick whatever you want in them. Anything that's like healthy seeds, and raw dark chocolate, dates, that sort of thing. Blend it all together, roll it up, and they have a really healthy protein ball, protein snack for you. So our diet, a high fiber diet, low in sugar, with plenty of healthy fats, with plenty of cruciferous vegetables, and eating a range of colors. So lots of, the blue fruits, the citrus fruits, that sort of thing. That is going to keep your skin, well, your body, your cells of your body healthy. Exercise, as I always say, is incredibly important, not just for your bone strength and your muscle strength. When we exercise, we are increasing the circulation around our bodies. And on two levels. So we're stimulating the lymphatic system. The lymphatic system helps to detoxify us. If we're not moving, our lymphatic system gets really sluggish. So we want that to be able to take the toxins away, which is going to improve the condition of our skin. But we also want the circulatory system, the blood system, to deliver the nutrients and the oxygen around our bodies in the cells, so it can feed our skin from the inside out. It is so important that we move, not just for stability, not just for our joints, but for our skin too. And also, when you see somebody who works out regularly, their face is brighter, it's lifted, it just looks cleaner and fresher. And that's because of the toxins are being removed from the system. It's really, really important to keep, to keep regular exercise in order to keep our skin looking fresh and dewy. And interestingly, a lot of products have vitamin C and vitamin E in them for our skin, but B3 is incredibly important for our skin. Now, I've had a few people reach out to me recently because they've got serious skin problems, sort of dermatitis or itchy skin or red flaky skin, and there's something called pellagra, and now that is a condition when you're deficient in B3, in vitamin B3. Vitamin B3, basically it protects and restores the DNA. It does a lot more than that, but it's, as far as our skin goes, it also helps with our cholesterol levels. It can decrease the risk of depression. It's also used in schizophrenia treatment. If you eat a lot of corn, if you eat a lot of rice, polished rice, if you eat a lot of flour, if you drink a lot of alcohol, that can reduce your B3 levels. So be aware of that if you've got problem skin. In fact, if you've got problematic skin, I would message me if you want to really dig deep and remove food sensitivities, because we've just launched a program which is it's a 4-week program designed to remove food sensitivities, which can be having a negative impact on your skin as well as your overall health. But by getting your B3 levels right, you can decrease the risk of skin cancer, brown spots, anti-aging factors, and also it can help with preventing or reducing the amount of acne. You get vitamin B3 in pretty much any food, particularly in foods like broccoli, peanuts, chicken, mushrooms, bell peppers, kidney beans, and we need around about 20 milligrams a day. But again, if you're getting the blemishes, if you're getting the redness, the red palms, the red feet, the bit around the neck, severe stomach pain, sometimes nausea, it can be headaches as well. It can be a sign of a lack of vitamin B3. Also, one point to note, tryptophan is in various food groups like bananas, eggs, mushrooms, turkey, chicken, coriander, dark chocolate, tofu, nut seeds, all sorts of pretty much healthy foods. If you're deficient in tryptophan, you do not make as much vitamin B3 either. And also women, falling estrogen levels can have an impact on how much tryptophan we absorb from our food. Also, tryptophan is the precursor for serotonin, one of our feel-good hormones. So just to sort of try and summarize that and make that understandable, when our estrogen levels fall, we don't absorb as much tryptophan from tryptophan-rich foods as we otherwise would do. When we don't have as much tryptophan in our bodies, we are not able to synthesize as much serotonin, our feel-good, one of our feel-good hormones, or vitamin B3, which can help with our skin. So just be aware of that. The menopause, it really does have a negative impact on the amount of B3 that we can generate. Also, just going back to tryptophan and serotonin, serotonin is the precursor for melatonin, which helps us sleep. So estrogen falls, we don't absorb as much tryptophan, which helps to make us make serotonin, which helps us to make melatonin. Serotonin is happy hormone, melatonin helps us sleep better. So if your diet is off, if your gut health is off, so that you're not absorbing the nutrients that you need from your food, it has an effect, a negative effect on how happy you feel, how much energy you have, and how well you sleep. A lot of it links back to your liver health, and a lot of it links back to your gut health. Those are two issues you really need to look strongly at if you've got skin problems. So this is probably not the quick fix that you hoped it would be. I mean, daily I take collagen too. I take a spoonful of collagen and stick it in with my superfoods. Just incidentally, I'm just going to end this on a story. I work alongside a girl who used to spend thousands of pounds at Harley Street for her acne and her skin related problems. She started to drink the superfoods shake that I drink every day. Her skin has completely cleared up. She doesn't have to go back to Harley Street anymore. And all she does, and the reason it works is because it's good for our gut health. It's good for our stress level. So it helps us manage our stress hormones better. It's good for our menopausal hormones. But it also is really good for our skin, hair and nails. In the winter time, my nails always used to flake. Since I've been drinking my superfoods, they don't flake at all. They're so strong. And actually, my hair has got stronger and thicker as I've gone through the menopause than it was way before. The stuff works really, really well. Now, you know, I've got wrinkles, I've got jowls. It is all starting to go south. I've got a bit of a wrinkly neck. I mean, we're getting older. What can we expect? We should celebrate the fact that we've got to this age and that we're lucky enough to be old. But without a shadow of a doubt, there are times when I think all of us look in the mirror and think, oh, bloody hell, what happened last night? It's not so bad if you went out on a bender because there's an excuse for it, but when you didn't, ugh. So please don't be discouraged, but do know that there is so much that you can do yourself by changing your lifestyle or just improving your lifestyle a little bit. So I hope that was helpful. Please, if you found it useful, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel so you don't miss future episodes. My wish for you is that you decide to put yourself first, because you don't need to just struggle through the menopause. You can actually literally thrive through the menopause. There are 2.8 million people on this planet following a system similar to what I follow, and it works for them too. That's proof enough. So if you want any further help, message me or come and find me on Instagram, Kate Hartley UK. And if you want the healthy sleeping guide, there'll be the link below. Click that. And if you want that guide on the healthy fats, just send me a message and I'll send it through to you. Okay, thank you for your time today and make it a great week. Remember, the power is at your fingertips. See you soon.